Have you ever noticed that some Grammy outfits become bigger than the awards themselves? Years later, people may forget who won certain categories, but they'll never forget Jennifer Lopez's jungle dress, Selena's iconic white gown, or the jaw-dropping red carpet moments that had everyone talking the next morning. The Grammys have given us some of the boldest, most glamorous, and most unforgettable fashion moments in entertainment history. Some dresses launched trends, some broke the internet, and a few became so iconic that they're still being recreated decades later. These aren't just beautiful outfits, they're the looks that defined eras, dominated headlines, and secured their place in fashion history. So today, we're counting down the 15 best Grammy looks of all time. Selena Quintanilla Perez, 1994. I honestly couldn't start this list with anyone else. When people talk about the greatest Grammy looks of all time, Selena's iconic white gown is almost always part of the conversation. The best part? This wasn't some custom couture creation made exclusively for the red carpet. Selena actually wore an off-the-rack Lily Rubin dress and somehow made it look more glamorous than many designer gowns worn that night. The floor-length dress featured a stunning halter neckline, a beautifully structured winged bodice, and a dramatic open back that instantly caught everyone's attention. Covered in sparkling silver and gold beading, sequins, and crystals, the gown shimmered from every angle as Selena walked across the Grammy stage. And here's something I absolutely love about this look. According to her sister Suzette, Selena actually used a simple rubber band to adjust the inner ribbons of the dress so it would fit and move more comfortably. It's such a small detail, but it perfectly shows how practical and creative she was. The night wasn't completely flawless, though. Her husband, Chris Perez, later revealed that he accidentally kept stepping on the train throughout the evening, rubbing off a small patch of crystals. Luckily, nobody noticed, and the dress still went on to become one of the most famous Grammy gowns ever worn. For the occasion, Selena paired the dress with a glamorous 90s updo, sparkling statement earrings, and of course, her signature bold red lipstick. The entire look felt elegant, confident, and unmistakably Selena. But what makes this dress truly special isn't just how beautiful it was, it's what it represents. This was the night Selena won her first Grammy Award, turning an already stunning fashion moment into a piece of music history. More than 30 years later, people are still talking about this dress, and honestly, I think that says everything. Britney Spears, 2000. Before the iconic denim dress, before the Python performance, and before so many of the headline-making fashion moments that would follow, Britney Spears gave us one of her most elegant red carpet looks ever at the 2000 Grammy Awards. Honestly, if you showed me this look without telling me it was Britney, I'd probably think it belonged to a classic Hollywood movie star. Everything about it felt timeless, sophisticated, and surprisingly understated. For the occasion, Britney wore a stunning white Randolph Duke gown that hugged her figure beautifully. The sleek, floor-length silhouette featured a subtle V-neck halter design with delicate cutout strap details that added just the right amount of interest without taking away from the dress's clean elegance. From the back, the gown was equally gorgeous, featuring a low-cut design that flowed into a small, graceful train. It wasn't overly dramatic, but that's exactly what made it work. The simplicity allowed Britney herself to be the focal point. And then there was the white fur stole draped over her arms. I personally think this is what took the look from beautiful to unforgettable. The Oscar de la Renta piece added a touch of old Hollywood glamour and made her look like she had stepped straight out of a classic film premiere. Keeping the accessories minimal, Britney added a simple diamond tennis necklace that brought just the right amount of sparkle without competing with the gown. Her beauty look was pure Y2K perfection. She wore her blonde hair pinned straight and parted down the middle, a hairstyle that practically defined the era. Her makeup blended vintage glamour with early 2000s trends, featuring frosted eyeshadow, plenty of mascara, and a glossy mocha brown lip. Looking back, what I love most about this appearance is how effortless it feels. Selena Gomez, 2016. If there's one thing Selena Gomez knows how to do, it's make a glamorous red carpet entrance, and at the 2016 Grammy Awards, she absolutely delivered. In my opinion, this is one of Selena's most underrated red carpet looks. It's sexy, sophisticated, and just the right amount of dramatic without feeling overdone. Inspired by the glamour of the 1970s, the entire look had a disco diva energy that made her impossible to miss. For the occasion, Selena wore a custom midnight blue Calvin Klein collection gown covered entirely in shimmering sequins. The rich blue shade looked incredible under the lights, creating a metallic glow that seemed to sparkle with every step she took. The dress featured a figure-hugging mermaid silhouette that flowed into a sweeping train, giving the look plenty of red carpet drama. But what really made the gown stand out were its bold details: a plunging deep V neckline, delicate spaghetti straps, daring side cutouts, and a super low open back combined to create one of Selena's most confident and glamorous Grammy appearances. I especially love how the dress managed to be both elegant and daring at the same time. It revealed just enough without ever feeling excessive, which is a difficult balance to pull off. To complement the sparkling gown, Selena accessorized with oversized diamond hoop earrings by Norman Silverman and several eye-catching statement rings from David Webb. Her beauty look was just as memorable. Selena wore her hair in voluminous side-swept curls that cascaded down her bare back, adding a touch of old Hollywood glamour to the modern silhouette. Meanwhile, her makeup leaned heavily into sultry Grammy night glamour. Glowing bronzed skin, dramatic smoky eyes, and a fierce cat eye effect created one of her most striking beauty looks of the era. Rihanna, 2017. Let's be honest, only Rihanna could show up to the Grammys wearing a bright orange crystal bralette and a giant black ball gown skirt and somehow make it look effortlessly cool. This is one of those Grammy looks that shouldn't work on paper, but Rihanna made it unforgettable. Instead of playing it safe, she delivered a fashion moment that was bold, unexpected, and completely impossible to ignore. For the occasion, Rihanna wore a custom Armani Privé two-piece ensemble that perfectly showcased her fearless approach to style. The standout piece was a sparkling tangerine orange crystal bralette featuring a metallic halter design and a cropped silhouette that proudly displayed her iconic underbust Isis tattoo. I think that's what makes this look so memorable. Most celebrities would have chosen either glamour or edge, but Rihanna managed to combine both in a single outfit. Balancing the dazzling top was a dramatic black silk organza skirt. The high-waisted design featured multiple tiers of voluminous plissé fabric that created incredible movement on the red carpet. Every step looked theatrical and elegant, while the oversized silhouette made the crystal-covered top stand out even more. And because this is Rihanna we're talking about, she didn't stop there. She layered on an impressive collection of Chopard high jewelry, including statement diamonds and a spectacular emerald ring that perfectly matched her eyes. Additional bracelets and rings added even more sparkle without overwhelming the outfit. Her beauty look was equally striking. Instead of her usual darker hair, Rihanna debuted long auburn waves that flowed over her shoulders in soft, glamorous curls. The warm hair color worked beautifully with the vibrant orange tones of the bralette. For makeup, she leaned into the same warm color palette with glowing skin, softly smoked eyes, and a muted terracotta lip that tied everything together perfectly. Lana Del Rey, 2018. While many stars arrived at the 2018 Grammys covered in glitter and dramatic couture, Lana chose something far more magical. She stepped onto the red carpet in a custom ivory Gucci gown that looked like it belonged in a vintage fairy tale. The soft silk crepe dress featured a flowing draped neckline, elegant cape-like sleeves, and delicate crystal star embroidery scattered across the bodice. The dreamy ivory color combined with the shimmering details gave the entire outfit an ethereal, almost heavenly quality. A thigh-high slit added a modern touch and prevented the look from feeling too traditional. But what really took this outfit to another level was the stunning crystal halo headpiece. Inspired by classic Hollywood glamour, the celestial crown instantly became one of the most memorable accessories of the night and perfectly matched the star motifs embroidered throughout the gown. Lana completed the look with a sparkling crystal rope necklace, metallic Gucci platform heels, and a white rose corsage, worn in support of the Time's Up movement. For her beauty look, she debuted a sleek, dark bob styled with a clean middle part, while her makeup remained soft and romantic with glowing skin, nude rose lips, and a dramatic 60s-inspired cat eye. I personally love how different this look was from everything else on the carpet. It wasn't the flashiest dress of the night, but it was definitely one of the most memorable. Romantic, mysterious, and beautifully theatrical, it felt like Lana had stepped straight out of one of her own songs. Ariana Grande, 2020. If we're talking about the most dramatic Grammy dresses ever worn, Ariana Grande's 2020 look has to be near the top of the list. Honestly, this wasn't just a gown, it was a full fashion moment. The second Ariana stepped onto the red carpet, all eyes were on her massive custom Giambattista Valli haute couture ball gown, which looked like something straight out of a modern fairy tale. The strapless gown was crafted from layers upon layers of custom-dyed silk tulle in a beautiful cloud gray shade. The fitted corset bodice helped balance the enormous skirt, but let's be real, the skirt was the star of the show. Stretching an incredible 20 feet in diameter, it was so large that it required its own handler just to manage all the fabric. What I love about this look is that despite its huge size, it never felt overwhelming. The soft gray color kept it elegant and sophisticated, while the endless tiers of ruffles created movement and texture from every angle. Ariana perfectly matched the gown with elbow-length satin opera gloves in the exact same shade, adding even more old Hollywood glamour to the ensemble. She completed the look with custom Christian Louboutin platform heels, specially designed to avoid snagging the delicate tulle. The jewelry was surprisingly minimal, though still incredibly luxurious. She skipped a necklace entirely and wore stunning diamond stud earrings that added sparkle without competing with the dress. Of course, no Ariana Grande red carpet look would be complete without her signature ponytail. She paired the dramatic gown with her iconic high ponytail, fresh blonde color, and a retro-inspired flipped finish. Her makeup remained classic Ariana, featuring flawless matte skin, a sharp winged eyeliner, and a glossy neutral lip. Looking back, this remains one of the most unforgettable Grammy fashion moments of the decade. It was glamorous, dramatic, and completely over the top in the best possible way. Exactly the kind of red carpet magic that people still talk about years later. Dua Lipa, 2021. I don't think there's any way to talk about the best Grammy looks of all time without mentioning Dua Lipa's stunning 2021 appearance. For me, this is one of those outfits that perfectly captured both modern pop star glamour and early 2000s nostalgia. The moment she stepped onto the red carpet, she looked like a real-life butterfly princess. Dua wore a custom Atelier Versace gown crafted from shimmering crystal mesh that reflected shades of pink, purple, blue, and silver, creating an effect that almost looked like the Northern Lights. The figure-hugging design featured daring side cutouts, a dramatic thigh-high slit, and a sheer finish layered over a matching pastel pink bodysuit. The standout detail, however, was the crystal-encrusted butterfly motif stretching across the bodice and back. The design paid tribute to some of fashion's most iconic butterfly moments, while still feeling completely fresh and modern. Honestly, it was impossible to look at this dress and not immediately think of early 2000s pop culture in the best way possible. She paired the gown with sparkling silver heels and an impressive collection of diamond jewelry, including stacked bracelets and statement rings that added even more shine to an already dazzling look. For her beauty look, Dua kept things sleek and glamorous. Her ultra-long hair was styled pin straight with a sharp center part, while her makeup featured shimmering pink and purple tones that perfectly matched the colors of the gown. Bronze cheeks and a soft nude lip completed the look. What I love most about this outfit is that it felt playful without losing any sophistication. It was bold, glamorous, nostalgic, and completely unforgettable, everything a Grammy red carpet look should be. Olivia Rodrigo, 2022. For her very first Grammy Awards, Olivia Rodrigo didn't just show up. She arrived looking every bit like a future music icon. I've always loved this look because it felt so Olivia. Instead of going for a typical princess gown or a flashy pop star outfit, she embraced a cool mix of punk edge and old Hollywood glamour that perfectly matched her image at the time. She wore a custom Vivienne Westwood black satin gown featuring the designer's signature corset-inspired bodice and an elegant off-the-shoulder neckline. The sleek column silhouette kept the look timeless, but the real magic was in the details. Running across the dress was a trail of shimmering pink Swarovski crystals that created the illusion of an hourglass figure. It was such a unique design choice and added just the right amount of sparkle without taking away from the gown's dramatic simplicity. To make the look even more glamorous, Olivia paired the dress with opera-length black satin gloves, giving the outfit a vintage movie star feel. She also wore layered chokers, including a hot pink crystal version that tied beautifully into the pink crystal detailing on the gown. Her beauty look was equally on point. Olivia wore her long dark hair down in glossy center-parted waves, while her makeup leaned into a 90s-inspired aesthetic with smoky eyes, bold winged liner, rosy pink tones, and a soft berry lip. What I really love about this look is how confident it felt. For a Grammy debut, she could have played it safe, but instead she delivered one of the most memorable fashion moments of the night. Elegant, edgy, and unmistakably Olivia, it was the perfect introduction to the Grammy red carpet. Taylor Swift, 2024. Leave it to Taylor Swift to turn a Grammy red carpet appearance into a fashion moment filled with clues, symbolism, and plenty of speculation. When Taylor arrived at the 2024 Grammys, she immediately stood out in a custom Schiaparelli haute couture gown that perfectly balanced classic Hollywood glamour with modern drama. The strapless white dress featured a structured corset bodice that cinched her waist before flowing into an elegant floor-length skirt. What I really love about this look is the contrast. The bright white gown was paired with dramatic black opera gloves, creating a striking black and white aesthetic that felt both timeless and fashion-forward. The dress also featured delicate draping across the hips, a daring thigh-high slit, and a sweeping train that added extra red carpet impact. But as always with Taylor, the accessories were where the real story began. The most talked-about piece was undoubtedly her vintage watch choker. Instead of wearing a traditional necklace, she transformed a watch into a statement accessory, with the hands intentionally pointing to midnight, a clear nod to her Midnight's era. The detail instantly sent fans into detective mode, searching for hidden meanings and future album clues. She layered the look with an incredible collection of diamond necklaces and jewelry, adding even more sparkle without taking attention away from the gown itself. For her beauty look, Taylor stayed true to the signature style we've all come to recognize. She wore her hair in soft side-swept waves with her iconic bangs, while her makeup featured a sharp winged liner, rosy eyeshadow, and her classic red lipstick. Elegant, mysterious, and packed with symbolism, this was much more than just a beautiful dress. Dua Lipa, 2024. Dua Lipa has worn a lot of incredible red carpet looks over the years, but her 2024 Grammy appearance might be one of her boldest and most unforgettable. The moment she stepped onto the carpet, she looked like a futuristic disco queen. Wearing a custom corsage gown, Dua managed to combine high fashion, rock star confidence, and old-school glamour all in one look. The metallic silver dress was unlike anything else on the carpet that night. Crafted from woven metal pieces, chainmail fringe, and shimmering metallic scales, the gown reflected light from every angle and almost looked like liquid armor. It featured a plunging neckline, long sleeves, and daring hip cutouts that added an edgy touch to the sleek silhouette. What I love most about this outfit is that it felt powerful. It wasn't soft or delicate, it was bold, confident, and impossible to ignore, which perfectly matches Dua's stage presence. She elevated the look even further with an extraordinary Tiffany & Co. necklace designed to resemble two intertwining fish. The colorful gemstones and diamonds added a surprising pop of color against the silver dress and instantly became one of the most talked about jewelry moments of the night. For her beauty look, Dua embraced the fiery red hair she was wearing during her radical optimism era, styling it in effortless beachy waves. Her makeup featured smoky purple eyeshadow, glowing skin, and a glossy nude lip that kept the focus on the dramatic gown. In my opinion, This was one of the standout Grammy looks of 2024. It was glamorous, edgy, futuristic, and uniquely Dua Lipa, exactly the kind of fashion risk that makes Grammy red carpets so exciting. Beyonce 2025. Trust Beyonce to skip the red carpet entirely and still end up delivering one of the most talked about fashion moments of the night. Fresh off the success of Cowboy Carter, Beyonce arrived inside the ceremony wearing a custom Schiaparelli haute couture gown that perfectly reflected the album's Western-inspired aesthetic while keeping things undeniably glamorous. The figure-hugging gold column dress featured a plunging V-neckline and was covered in thousands of champagne, cream, and gold sequins that shimmered under the lights. What made the gown especially unique was its intricate paisley pattern, inspired by classic Western bandanas, a subtle but brilliant nod to the Cowboy Carter era. Adding even more interest was a small keyhole cutout beneath the bust, finished with a dramatic crystal-encrusted pearl pendant that instantly drew attention. It was one of those details that made you want to look closer every time the cameras cut to her. Of course, Beyonce wasn't about to stop at just the dress. She paired the look with matching beaded opera gloves, creating a head-to-toe couture moment that felt both vintage and modern at the same time. For jewelry, she kept the focus on a pair of stunning oversized pearl drop earrings featuring massive pear-shaped diamonds. I actually think skipping a necklace was the perfect choice, because it allowed the dramatic neckline and pendant detail to shine. Her beauty look was equally flawless. Beyonce wore her platinum blonde hair sleek, straight, and cascading past her waist, giving the entire outfit an effortless elegance. Meanwhile, her makeup focused on glowing bronzed skin, golden smoky eyes, dramatic lashes, and a soft caramel nude lip. Tyla 2026. Tyla has quickly become one of the most exciting fashion stars to watch, and her 2026 Grammy look is proof of exactly why. Fresh off winning Best African Music Performance for Push to Start, the South African singer arrived on the red carpet looking effortlessly glamorous in a stunning vintage D2 gown pulled from the brand's Fall 2013 collection. What I love about this look is that it didn't rely on over-the-top drama. Instead, it was all about elegance, confidence, and incredible styling. The champagne nude color perfectly complemented Tyla's complexion and felt right on trend while still looking timeless. The dress featured delicate spaghetti straps, a body-skimming silhouette, and subtle crystal embellishments scattered across the fabric that sparkled beautifully under the camera flashes. The overall design had a vintage flapper-inspired feel, giving the look a touch of old Hollywood glamour. But the real showstopper was the dramatic feathered train flowing behind her. Every photo from the night seemed to capture the feathers in motion, adding texture, movement, and just the right amount of red carpet drama. Tyla didn't hold back when it came to jewelry either. She layered over 100 carats of diamonds, including a dazzling choker, stacked rings, and statement pieces that elevated the look even further without overwhelming the dress. For her beauty look, she kept things soft and sophisticated. Her hair was styled in effortless side-swept waves, while her makeup featured her signature glowing caramel mommy aesthetic with warm tones and radiant skin. Sabrina Carpenter 2026. If there's one Grammy look from 2026 that felt straight out of a fairy tale, it has to be Sabrina Carpenter's stunning Valentino gown. Honestly, the moment I saw it, I thought it looked more like a couture bridal gown than a typical Grammy dress, and I mean that in the best way possible. Soft, romantic, and incredibly detailed, it was the kind of look that immediately stood out on the carpet. Designed by Alessandro Michele for Valentino, the custom blush pink and white gown reportedly took 3 months to create. The dress featured a semi-sheer drop-waist bodice covered in pearls, rhinestones, beads, and sequins, arranged in delicate floral patterns. Every inch of the bodice seemed to sparkle under the lights. The dreamy skirt was equally beautiful. Layers of soft tulle and mesh ruffles flowed into a dramatic train, giving the entire look a light floating effect as she walked down the carpet. Adding even more romance was a sheer capelet draped over her shoulders and covered with subtle rhinestone embellishments. I personally think this detail is what took the outfit from pretty to unforgettable. Sabrina kept her accessories elegant and understated, opting for delicate chopard diamond earrings and several sparkling rings, including a custom piece featuring her initials. Her beauty look matched the soft, vintage-inspired vibe of the dress perfectly. She wore her signature blonde hair in a loose, low updo with face-framing pieces, while her makeup focused on glowing skin, rosy cheeks, soft mauve lips, and a touch of shimmer around the eyes. What I love most about this look is how perfectly it fits Sabrina's style. It was feminine, glamorous, playful, and just a little bit old Hollywood, all the things she's become known for. Jennifer Lopez, 2000. Topping the list has to be Jennifer Lopez's legendary 2000 Grammy look. And honestly, could it have been anyone else? More than 2 decades later, people are still talking about this dress. That's how iconic it was. In fact, the demand to see photos of J.Lo in this gown became so massive that it famously helped inspire the creation of Google image search. Very few red carpet looks can claim they literally changed the internet. For the 2000 Grammy Awards, Jennifer wore a daring green Versace gown designed by Donatella Versace. And the moment she stepped onto the carpet, fashion history was made. The sheer silk chiffon dress featured a vibrant tropical print filled with palm leaves and jungle-inspired motifs in shades of emerald green. But of course, the detail everyone remembers is that unforgettable plunging neckline, which extended far beyond what anyone expected to see on a major red carpet at the time. Held together by a sparkling brooch just below her waist, the gown flowed into a dramatic skirt with a high leg slit that added even more movement and glamour. It was bold, fearless, and unlike anything else worn that night. What I love most about this look is that it wasn't just shocking, it was beautiful. She completed the outfit with strappy metallic heels, bronzed glowing makeup, and her signature honey blonde waves styled in a chic half-up, half-down hairstyle that perfectly captured the Y2K era. The dress has been referenced, recreated, and celebrated countless times since 2000, and yet it still feels just as impactful today. That's the sign of a truly iconic fashion moment. For me, this isn't just one of the greatest Grammy looks ever worn, it's one of the greatest red carpet looks of all time. And that's exactly why Jennifer Lopez takes the #1 spot. Over the years, music's biggest stars have turned the Grammy Awards into one of fashion's most exciting nights, delivering unforgettable style moments that are still talked about decades later. Some shocked the world, some changed fashion forever, and a few became even more famous than the performances themselves. From breathtaking couture gowns and old Hollywood glamour to daring looks that pushed every fashion boundary, these stars didn't just attend the Grammys, they owned them. So let's take a look back at the 15 best Grammy looks of all time.